What do you think? You know, I riff on that a lot, but something that I'm very judgmental about is like, you know, I like to work with people that they already learned how to learn. I almost don't care what they're good at. It almost doesn't matter what they're good at. You know, I had clients, some of you, you know, a lot of you guys have been around my other clients, and we get guys that are like Olympic swimmers and, you know, every sort of professional thing. So every sort of professional, I get, you know, poker players, I had celebrity people, I had like royal family people, martial arts guys, you know, high-level martial arts guys, all sorts of people. But, you know, the common theme that I think of, and like, you know, who's a client that I could help a lot, is if they already learned how to learn, you know, that's the hardest part, is like being willing to pay your dues to get those first skill set or two under your belt. And then that person's going to be very easy to work with because they already know, they're in touch with reality. They know reality has already helped them set reasonable expectations that, you know, well, I know if I had the right training and if I knew what to do and I actually did it, I'd have a better outcome. They already have that in their head. And then there's, you know, so then they're very easy and cooperative, and, you know, they want to win. And they know that it's going to take a bit of effort. And you can help a guy like that. You can help some of them do a lot better than they ever thought they were going to do. But, you know, that's a real litmus test in my brain, is a person that has delusional expectations and no track record of anything. I'm extraordinarily suspect of. I'm just like, I'd just rather not do it. You know, what do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you don't want to spend like someone that hasn't accomplished anything in their lives is like, you don't want to be the to teach them how to learn and to accomplish that one thing. It's just, there's too much of a learning curve. However, it's like when someone has accomplished something already, it's just, you know, repurposing those same behavior sets. You know, going from like I don't know, like an engineer to like a finance program. It's not learning finance. It's just understanding the variables in finance. Like engineering, all it is when you boil it down, it's like inputs and outputs and some variables in between. So understanding what those variables are, whether it's like civil engineering, say, you know, weight structures, it's no different than understanding, you know, a P&L sheet or a balance sheet of a company. It's what, like, the input into the company, a few variables that affect it, and what the output is. So it's really just repurposing that same knowledge, putting a new skin on it, and applying that. And someone that already has, like, and you can do the same thing with lawyers, engineers, anything, just repurposing those skill sets into a finance position is so much easier, and they're going to be exponentially more successful. And I think that anyone that's on the fence about learning finance, it's not as hard as you think with the right teachers. You know, it's really someone that, and that's why it's so great to have like a mentorship where you actually have feedback. You can't ask questions and get feedback loops watching a YouTube video. You know, it just doesn't. You know, I made that mistake for so many years. It's like, oh, I don't need to talk to anyone about it. I just watch YouTube videos. But YouTube videos is a one-way conversation, and you can't ask questions specific to yourself. So that's why it's so important to have peer groups and mentorship and things like that, so you can take those skill sets you already have and repurpose them in the right way, in a profitable way.
Send me some more questions online, guys. Send me get your ass engaged here. Get a couple more questions in here. Adir says, "Hey Derek, currently working on getting my law degree. Do you think it's a good time to take the markets mastery program, or should I just focus more on my academic education and learn about markets and investing later on?" So, I took the LSAT twice actually, because I didn't score high enough the first time. So I myself took that test twice. The second time I scored very well. I got accepted to the two schools that I was interested in. I could have gone to both T14 schools, and longer story, but I thought I'd do a JD MBA, and then I got admitted, no problem, but they wanted me to take like 9 months off and not overlap the classes in the time frame that I wanted to. They said that I had to start classes at the law school, and it was like a January when I'm finding this out. I had to start classes at the law school before I finished any more business classes, and I would have had to wait like 8.5 months to do that, which I wish I would have known that before I spent 500 hours to get that fucking LSAT score. But anyway, yeah, man, the more you learn earlier, dear, the more you can learn earlier, the more you're going to be able to compound that over your lifetime. The sooner you learn valuable things, the more you're going to be able to compound it over your lifetime. And somebody that's smart enough to be going to law school and thinking about finance is probably exactly the type of person that would fit in well with us. There's 3 other attorneys in this room at least. You know, some went to top schools, some are just gangsters that, you know, they're high performers, all 3 high performers, not mediocre lawyers. High performers. One's using it for entrepreneurship, top school, using it for entrepreneurship. A couple other guys, good school, but you know, high performers in their area. You know, top performers in their areas. So, yeah, I mean, that's exactly the type of people that fit in well with us. Is you know, if you have a good logical brain, it's going to help you a lot in finance. The same things that would help you solve logic problems on the LSAT are the same sort of permutations and contortions you're going to have to think about in markets of, you know, assessing the value of one asset or one investment versus another. So that, you know, having a good logical brain structure like that, the stronger that is, the easier it's going to be for you to pick things up. So, you know, I'd be happy to have somebody like that. If it's a good fit, I'd be happy to have you in the program.